Hi there! So, do you find it hard to choose the right skis for you? Well, in this video we're going to help you a little bit. We're going to categorize the skis into 5 different categories and tell you all about their pros and cons. Alright, it's afternoon here in lovely Åre, the biggest ski resort in Sweden. The pistes are empty of people now and it's kind of slushy, a bit of bumps. In this morning it was hard-packed groomers and some really nice carving. Higher up here there are 2 big off-piste areas. You can go on the back. There's also a bit of forest skiing in Tegefjäll. So to summarize, there's lots of different terrain. And I mean, this is just one ski resort. If we add on the Alps and North America and Japan and all the world, there's so many different terrains to go skiing. And what kind of ski should you choose? Is there maybe one category that is suitable for every type of terrain? In this video, we're going to try to answer that question a little bit for you to help you, guide you to what kind of skis you should be looking for next time you're going to buy. Alright, so we are here with K2 and Andreas, and we're going to dive into this ski buffet and we're going to go from the narrowest ski up to the widest and look at the differences between the different categories. Alright, for this video we have teamed up with the K2 that makes some great skis. But I just want to point out that these concepts that we are talking about here, categorizing the skis, that could apply to any ski brand actually. So let's continue the video and hope you enjoy it.
Right, so let's dive into the segment that we call race carve, and this segment is really for all skiers, all levels that wants to push the boundaries. So you want to have high performance, maximum ice grip, maximum stability in the ski, definitely, and you love these early mornings, a perfect Manchester, just putting the edge, arcing the ski, maximum power. So really, this is not for everybody, but those who seek power and precision and stability, then look for the thinner, really badass race carve ski. So when looking at the footprint at a race car ski, and as an example we have the K2 Disruption MTI here, you say that it's sub 75 millimeters wide and these skis are 72 millimeters. It gives you a super precise and fast when you initiate the turn. So if we want to choose length in a race carve ski, I think the most important thing is to consolidate what do you like. A shorter ski gets much more faster, edge to edge, and a longer ski gets more stability and a longer turn. If you're gonna mix this, I think you should go for the same length as you are to make it perfect, and you can have short turn, long turns, perfect combination. So talking about the rocker profile, at K2 we have rocker at every ski, and it's a technique that's going to get or make the skier better in every condition. In a race carve ski, which we have here, it's a slightly light rocker in front, and it makes the ski initiate the turn extremely fast, and when it's a little bit softer snow, it just flows out. So really good in also the race carve skis. Let's talk about the radius on the skis, but first of all, I'm super sorry. We're here in sunny Åre, Sweden, so I have to do this with my sunglasses on, all right? So let's talk about radius. And radius is, I think, it's a hot topic. A lot of people still talk radius. I would like you from now on, don't think so much about the radius. When you go to your local shop or where you shop skis, talk about how's your perfect day. How do you like the turn to initiate, and what type of ski do you do? Now we talk about the race carve skis, and of course there are short turn race carve skis, and they have a lower number on the radius, and you have a more GS oriented race carve ski, it's a higher number. Our Disruption MTI, it's like a perfect blend of a slalom and GS ski, so you can rip short turn, long turns at a pretty easy pace, which is super nice. So stop talking about the radius. So in general, when you make a race carve ski, you make it in a pretty traditional construction. You make it as a sandwich box construction, which easy explained is a layer on another layer on another layer. And most of the companies make like a traditional wood core, and the wood core gives the ski a lot of excitement, and it's a lot of wood to be used here. And then often to create the stability in the ski, you use some kind of metal in the ski, often pronounced as TI. And the TI takes the big bumps. So, and in our Disruption series, we of course have a really nice wood core. We have a TI blend, and we have something that's called the dark matter damping. So it's a rubber and carbon mix in tip and tail, and it takes the small shatter. So this is what we think is a perfect blend. It's easy to ski, but it's a lot of power. So we talked a lot about what the race carver, who it's for, how it's done, and how it performs. And really, if you take the downside of a race carve ski, it's really narrow, of course, and it's really thin. So when going on piste, it's great, but when it gets a little bit slushy, you know, in the afternoons, the skis gets very slow. And of course, if you go off piste or in the forest, it doesn't have any flotation. So really, the race carver is built for perfect Manchester mornings. Yeah, so I think a modern race carve like here, the Disruption MTI from K2, it's like really driving a super modern sports car. You can take it to the grocery shop, but you can go flat out on the race course. I think this summarizes this ski. It's awesome. The race carve segment is really for you who wants to push the boundaries on-piste skiing, hard-packed snow, Manchester mornings. You want the absolute top in stability and ice grip, then the race carve category is for you. And think about this when you choose the length. It's a huge difference in how the ski performs on snow. So let's talk about on-piste skis, and I think that's the most easiest category to categorize. You love to ski on piste and you do it the whole day. And we're going to talk about the skis that we have here that's going to work a full day on piste. When you look at the race carve ski that is very, very narrow, around 72 millimeters footprint, a modern on-piste ski, you can say it has between 75 to 80 millimeter. They can be wider, of course, but this is the general wide. So the difference on a traditional piste ski and a race ski is the width, and it also modern piste ski has a little bit more of a rocker in the front. So the ski we have here is the Disruption 78 Ti, and of course the 78 measures the widest point under the foot. Let's talk about the length on a modern piste ski. So if you compare it to race carve, it's the same thing. If you choose a shorter ski, it gets more playful, a little bit more snappier, and then the longer ski gets more stability and also a little bit longer turn. If you take the example we have here, the Disruption 78 Ti, which is a modern piste ski, I'm 183. I would choose the 177 because I like piste skis to be more playful. If I would be a little bit longer, a little bit more kilos here, I would choose the 184. It has more power, a little bit longer turn. So really, but the most important here, talk to your local specialist or where you buy skis, they give you the best advice. So let's discuss rocker on modern piste skis. So the big difference from a race carve is that the piste skis has a little bit more of rocker in the front. A good example here is the K2 Disruption 78 Ti, which is a modern all-mountain piste ski. So it has pretty much rocker in the front. It has a regular camber, like a cross-country ski, and the camber makes the ski a little bit more snappy, a little bit more playful. And the rocker, because you want to ski a lot of conditions on the piste, hard packed, soft, slushy, that's where the rocker comes out. And it also gives you a little bit more faster initiation in the turn. So that's the rocker for piste skis. Let's discuss the radius on piste ski. So here, if you take, it's the same example as when we talked about in the race carve segment, that shorter radius is faster, longer is longer, of course, gives you more stability. In general, a piste ski has between 16 to 20 meters radius. It doesn't matter so much here. It's more of the, I would say here, how do you ski? What's the most important from you? What feeling do you want? So talk to your local expert and he will get you the perfect ski. So at my side, I have the K2 Disruption 78 Ti in 177. And the correct radius here is 17.8. And if you would take the longer lengths, the radius would pop up a notch. So you get a longer turn. That's the radius on these skis. Yeah, on piste skis we make the construction pretty similar as a race carve ski. The big difference here is how we differentiate the wood and the metal in the ski, because you want more float, you want more feeling in these skis. They're a little bit wider, you need to go on more different surface. So in this ski, the Disruption 78 Ti from K2, we have two types of wood core. We have a harder underfoot for more edge grip and a little bit softer in the tail and the tip for a little bit more, feeling. You want more float. Then the most skis on the market here has the Ti, the metal in the ski, and it's for the big bumps, same as the race carves. And it's also here. And then we have our patented super nice dark matter damping, which is in the tip and the tail, and it's for the small shatter. It's so nice, really good. That's the construction on a piste ski. So in particular here on the Disruption 78 Ti, this is where we merge unisex skiers and female skier, or men and women of course. So this is a ski, comes from 156 up to 184. We think the preferences here, men, female, is the same. You want to enjoy the piste, you want to have tons of fun. So this is the perfect unisex ski wherever you are. We talked about all the positive things here. Who is the skier? What do you like? What length? What radius? If you should see some kind of negative side here, is a little bit touching the race carve scene. It's still a narrow ski. It has a little bit more of rocker, but it's not enough if you're going to go free riding. So I would say the con is, of course, when you go into the free ride segment, you don't have the flotation that you might need there. Yeah, so when you decided you're going to go in this segment, a modern on-piste ski, I think the big upside here is you're going to enjoy the full day of skiing. You have been choosing a ski with a little bit more wider footprint, a little bit more rocker in the front. It's going to be your perfect playmate from early mornings in the groomers and at lunch when it's a little bit more slushy. So full day on piste, this is definitely the pro here. So an all-mountain ski, so I think this is where you have all the tools in your toolbox perfectly assorted. This is the ski, the segment that you want to use all over the mountain. It's going to perform on piste, it's going to perform late afternoons, it's going to perform when you go free riding. So this is really like the Swiss knife, do it all kind of ski. This is the all-mountain ski. All mountain and footprints, this is really, really what you want to have in the ski. I would say if you take footprint, you have from 90 millimeters to 100 millimeters. This is the perfect kind of blend for this segment. And here we have the Mindbender 99 Ti and we have the Mindbender 98 Ti Alliance, which is the female version, but it's exactly the same version. This is the perfect blend of a ski that performs on piste, but also does it very, very well when you come to the freeride part of it. So yeah, all mountain skis, really versatile skis for every day, all over the mountain. So you decided to go for an all mountain ski, so you want to play on the whole mountain. So when coming to length here, I think it's really important because when choosing an all mountain ski that's a little bit wider, it gets so much difference what length you choose. So to my right here I have the Mindbender 99. So and this ski is in 177. It's also available in 184, and I'm 183, and I enjoy both these lengths. The shorter one, it's a little bit more playful, shorter radius, and the longer one, a little bit more powerful, a little bit more flotation, and also longer radius. But I think the general tip here is to go for your body length, and also talk to your expert, of course, in your local shop. And also, heads up to all your really good ripping girls out there. You are always too humble because we do a lot of ski testing, and often girls, when you test the skis, you choose the longer lengths. A female that is 160 often choose 163 or even 168. So go for it, go for the longer lengths. It's more powerful, you have more fun. Yeah, so I would say the biggest difference if you compare the on-piste skis with the all-mountain skis is that the all-mountain skis, they tend to have rocker both in the nose and in the tail. And they also tend to have a little bit more higher profile, so get more like this. So the pros here is that more rocker, it gets you better flotation off-piste, but it also when you ski on-piste, when it gets slushy, it floats better. And the tail rocker, it gives you more playfulness out of the turn. So when you go from piste, you might go into the forest, the ski gets much more playful, lively, it feels more nimble if you have a tail rocker. And this goes for unisex and female and all mountain skis out there. So more playfulness, I would say. So if you want to go to talk radius, you want to go that deep in the all mountain section, I think this is where you should focus more on the feeling on the ski, because there's so much varieties of skis here. If you take here, we have the Mindbender series, which is a pretty powerful long turning ski. This is around 20-21 meter radius, but there are all mountain skis that also are 99 footprint that has 15. So, but in average, I would say 18 to 22, that's the average on skis here, but focus more on the feeling and what you want to achieve on the ski. That's the topic here. So when we manufacture our skis at K2, we look a lot at, we want to do playful skis. And I think if you go construction-wise, a lot of brands are the same, but we really want to do this. You know, we really want to build playful skis. So we still have a traditional wood core for the playfulness. In this ski, the Mindbender 98 Ti Alliance, the female ski, we have metal. And I would say all performing all mountain skis up to 100 has some kind of metal. So what we do is we put metal on the sides here. to get this perfect initiation, the edge grip. Then we have full metal under the foot for precise power and maximum stability. Then we put the metal in the middle, in the back, to keep the power but still have the playfulness. And like classic K2 style, serious in the front and party in the back. So really the construction on an all-mountain ski is really make it precise but make it playful. Yeah, so we talked about the all-mountain skis here. We talked about the radius, we talked about the length, and we talked about the target group. So really, if you're gonna find some cons here, I would say that yeah, this is a ski that's built to be good at every level. But you know, it's not built to be the best one. So I think it's, if you compare it to a modern SUV, which you drive maybe every day, but you don't go off-roading, this is kind of the same thing. A lot of people go on piste with these skis. They are great, but if you choose between a piste ski and an all-mountain ski, I think you should like really talk to yourself and say, okay, where do I spend the most time? If you spend the most time just on piste, yeah, the piste ski might be better. If you want the mix, this is the ski. So I think you decided for an all-mountain ski. So I would say the really pros here is that you have the Swiss Army knife kind of setup. It's perfect mix every day, every season, all over the mountain. You can completely crush the piste. When it snows, you can go free riding. And it's really your best buddy every day, the whole season. So yeah, enjoy. Ja, ni kommer ju stå här i våran film. Vi jobbar ju! Yeah, so let's kick it off, the free ride segment. And I would say in this segment you really love to go off-piste free riding. But I would say the upside here is these skis, yeah, they work really well on piste also. They're great. So if we're going to take some general points here, I would say that a free ride ski goes really, I would say, from 100 to 110. This is a little bit give and take. And this is a ski that's going to perform, of course, a lot of off-piste, so you want the width. My friend here is the Mindbender 108 Ti, so I say, yeah, I would say it's the perfect blend here, almost 110. So we're in the free ride segment, we choose to go free riding, and this is a very delicate, I would say, question. What length should I choose? I would say, how's your background? Are you an old alpine racer? Or you're an old free rider, or you maybe are intermediate, you want to go free riding. This is really crucial, I think. I would say the most important thing when choosing a ski. So really, same here, a shorter ski, lighter, more nimble, longer ski. And this, the Mindbender 108 Ti here, it's 186, and I'm 183. I would say I would choose this 9 out of 10 days skiing where we are here, Scandinavian mountains. If I would go and would love to go abroad, maybe next year or something, I would choose a longer ski. I would choose the 193. I think when I go into the Alps or in the northern North America, I would choose the longer lengths. I have longer runs, faster runs. I want more flotation. So really, where do you ski and where do you come from? I think that's the most important thing. Try to choose same length as you are, plus a few centimeters. That's a good benchmark. Yeah, of course, freeride skis, we have tons of rocker profile. I think here the general difference from the all-mountain ski to the freeride ski is that they have a longer rocker profile and a bigger rocker profile, of course. If you look at the front and you see it very clear here where K2 starts its rocker profile, so it starts earlier, and it's also a little bit more aggressive up front. This gives you a lot of playfulness, great float of piste, and also, but there's no shatter in the nose, because if you have it too much like this, it gets a lot of shatter. So in the tail, it's important with rocker on freeride skis because it gives more playfulness, and it also helps you to raise the nose when you go off-piste in deep powder. So that's awesome. So more rocker and a longer rocker profile, that's the freeride segment. Yeah, so of course we need to touch base on the radius here on the freeride skis, even though it's not a topic really. But I would say the general here is maybe 20 meters to 25. It's a lot of how the ski is built from the ground up. But if you would have had a tighter radius on the freeride ski, the ski will get very nervous, and it will be very nervous in deep snow, and you want this nice flotation. So in general, a little bit longer radius is the topic here on the freeride skis. I would say a classic freeride construction doesn't really differ from the all-mountain skis. We work here with a traditional wood core, but the excitement here and the hard part is to get the wood in the right places to make the ski super playful. And the ski we have here, it's the Mindbender 108 Ti, and Ti, as you know, it's the metal. It gives a very damp feeling. You can go really fast on the ski. So I think here, when you choose the ski, we have two types of ski here. We have one with metal, and then we have a carbon version, which is a little bit more playful. So really, where do you come from? What's your skills? And really, because the Ti skis, it's a little bit demanding. You want to go fast. And the carbon skis is a little bit more say, hey, let's go. Yeah, so I think here you decided to get a freeride ski, and that means that you love going freeriding, you love powder, you love slushy snow, and you want the flotation. So the obvious negative thing here is the width of the ski. If you go on piste, it takes you longer time to get this edge feeling and maybe not the edge grip that you want. But I think, and I'm also there, I enjoy wider skis on piste, of course when it's a little bit softer, but I think it's your preference here. But of course the piste skiing is lacking, but the freeriding is great. I would say that it's pretty obvious that the freeride ski is awesome at freeriding, of course. And I think you decided there, you really want to, every day should be like really, you love powder, you love the slushy snow. So of course, the upside here, the wider ski, the flotation, the rocker in the tail and the nose, it gives you a really playful surfy ski. So yeah, really, you decided that you want to go off piste. And maybe you have a traditional race carve as well, which you take, you know, on these icy days. But you want to go off piste. That's the most fun. So, going into the off-piste segment, and the title says it all. This is the king and the queen of the off-piste scene. So, really looking for skis with great flotation, you're searching for powder every day, and you want this nice flotation out of bounds. This is the off-piste ski. So, we went through the freeride segment, and we told you that it's from 100 to 110. That's the perfect freeride ski. So going into the off-piste segment, it's from 110 and up. And so our widest ski, the pontoon, the classic, that's a 135. That's a huge wide ski. What I have here to my left, it's my absolute best friend. It's a Reckoner 112. So yeah, and it's a 112. This is, we think, the perfect blend. This is playful, a lot of flotation, and yeah, really could mix all varieties of terrain of piste. So searching for these deep down days, a lot of snow. This is really also where do you come from, what's your preferences, and also what type of off-piste ski do you choose. I would say the general benchmark is of course your length plus a few centimeters. But if you take as an example the Reconair 112 here, it's a off-piste ski but with a twin tip. The twin tip is not made for going backwards, it's made for being more fun. But the effective edge, you know, where you ski on the ski, it's so short. So I'm 183, I would go for the 193 because you want the stability and you want the float. But this is also what type of ski do you choose? So check, is it a twin tip ski that I look for, or is it a more traditional straight tail? Because the straight tail skis, you can go more, I would say, your average length. But the twin tip ski, I would recommend you to go up to the next length that's available. So talk to your local expert, they will guide you here. So I think off-piste skiing is where it all started, the whole rocker theme. So we had a legend on the K2 team, Shane McConkey. He was the pioneer here. So he actually took a wire and made the front of the ski lift so he could get better flotation off-piste. So really the rocker in an off-piste ski is really to make you much better when skiing powder. You can relax more in the ski floats. So if you take this one, the Reconair 112, it has a pretty massive rocker in the tail but also in the nose. And this is a twin tip ski, so it has a pretty equal profile on the tip and the tail. If you were to choose, as we talked about, more straight tail skis with not a twin tip, it will absolutely have more rocker in the nose than in the tail. So that gives you more stability. But the upside here that you get an awesome playful ski that has great flotation in powder. Yeah, we have to touch base on the radius even here. But I think this is pretty clear. If we follow the tracks that we talked about on the Freeride skis, I would say that if you go for a twin tip oriented off-piste ski, it has a more narrow radius than if you go for a more traditional off-piste ski with a straight tail. And that has to do with that the twin tip ski, in some cases you stand more center mount, but also that you have this that we call early taper. So you move the widest point of the edges more to the middle, which gives you a shorter radius. That is of course common on the more straight tail skis, but more common on the twin tip skis. So really longer radius on the more traditional off-piste skis with straight tail and shorter on the twin tip skis. Yeah, so if we start the manufacturing and we start the day with building an great off-piste ski. So we start with, because we went through like the race carve, the piste skis, the freeride skis now, and we make them more or less the same. So we make them with the sandwich construction, we put layers on layers. So of course we have the wood core, and as you know, the wood core gives the excitement in the ski. In this ski, for example, the Reconair 112, we use two types of wood. So we have one more on the side, we have one type of wood which is more dense. And in the middle of the ski, it's more light to keep the playfulness. So aggressive, but playful. And I would say in a ski wider than 110, there is almost nobody now that puts metal in the ski. These are for the Freeride World Tour guys and girls that goes extremely fast. So I like to put carbon in the skis. The carbon gives the ski more playfulness, liveliness, more excitement. It's light, it's nice, and when you use it combined with the wood core, it's just really fun to ski on. So wood core and carbon in a great combination, that's more or less the winning combination now. So we brought to you the off-piste segment, and we talked about the length, who it's for, how it's, how is the feeling. And of course, the initial negative thing here is of course the width of the ski, and also the kind of massive rocker which is in the tip and the tail. So those days when you need to traverse on the piste or go in the piste, of course it's demanding to put on edge, and it could feel a little bit unstable. But this is how the ski is built, because it's built for those great powder days, and those are the days that you also want. But I think when buying this ski, the perfect friend, the perfect match is also like a Mindbender 99, which you ski every day, which doesn't have the fresh snow, which you can ski all the season. And this ski, you go when the snow has come and you want to experience these crazy powder days. That's the perfect combo. The obvious upside with this ski is the powder days, the flotation, the playfulness and everything, the nimble feeling. So I would say if you haven't tried a really great powder off-piste ski, this is before and after. This is like, wow. So, and it's really easy to ski. It makes you better than you really are, and that's fantastic. So really the perfect ski for those powder days or slushy days. But I think the perfect combo is maybe a great piste ski or a great freeride ski. If you have the fortune to have two pairs of ski, this is the perfect match.
Alright, thank you for watching. That's it for this video, and hope you've got some clues on how to choose the next skis. Personally, I think I have realized that I'm not going to be satisfied with just one pair of skis. I need at least 2 or 3 pairs to get the most out of my skiing. But remember, you don't have to buy every single ski. Maybe you can borrow from a friend or rent at the shop and then own 1 or 2 pairs your own. Well, that's it. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and see you in the next video. Take care! Nej, jag håller på att spela in en video, så jag tänkte avsluta den.
Men du kanske kan använda det på Tinder också?
Ja, jag får snacka med frugan först då.
Ja, det är ju bra.
Ja, det är ju bra, eller hur?
Business.
Precis.